Tell us about this team. What are you seeing? Obviously, it's a whole bunch of new players all playing together for the first time.
Yeah.
What can we expect to see?
Well, the one thing in the way I built the team, I really wanted to be and have great size. So we do have great size, great physicality. We should be able to be really good defensively and rebounding. And so the small things I felt that go into winning, I really wanted to attack that right away, especially this first year. And so we kind of check the boxes on those, and then we'll grow and develop offensively throughout the year of what we'll look like and what we'll be. But we have the versatility to play a bunch of different ways, which is exciting.
I know it's just, still the first day of practice, literally the first practice happening right now, but how have you seen the team maybe start bonding, building that chemistry kind of off the court and on the court?
Yeah, you really have to manufacture it nowadays because, you have people that live off campus, on campus, different backgrounds, so we really had to make sure we were real intentional just with what we did to do team building and build those relationships and build that bond, because it is the hardest part in this day and age of building the team is just the bond that comes with it.
What have you done? What are some examples of some team building activities you guys have done?
So we've done a bunch of stuff where we use the conditioning and building teams early on to kind of do that, and then this week we'll start kind of with practice starting. We have this thing that we'll do every Wednesday, like What's Your Why Wednesday. So each day a coach and a player have to go up and kind of explain why they do what they do and what's their motivation behind doing it. So just getting to know each other on a deeper level is important.
You mentioned when we spoke the other time about how you were hoping to have a lot of Florida guys.
Yep.
So that because you have to manufacture some chemistry, at least there's that common thread. Can you talk about how that may help with the team bond?
Just the pride in putting on the colors, pride on putting in the U, of knowing your family's going to be there every night. This is somewhere where you're from and people are watching you. It just adds a different level of competitive spirit to you. And I was familiar with that being from Texas, playing at Texas. I understand what comes with it and the difference of playing somewhere where you're not from. So I've experienced both sides of it. So I kind of see it and understood it. So I know what it means.
We talked about the bond off the court. How's it looking on the court? Does it look like a team to you yet?
We're getting there. Yeah. We're getting there. We look like a team more defensively than offensively. But right now, if I said we were great, then I wouldn't be as excited as a coach. I want to be our best when we start getting there towards January, February conference, towards the March. But before then, I still want to be really good. But, I don't want to be peaking right now. I want to peak at the right time. And to see, because they do a great job competing. Now just seeing as we start to add pressure situations like just time and score, down 2 with 2 minutes to go, down 6 with 4 minutes to go, just how they respond and how they react and to things like that, I think is really important. So just the game situation, game pressure.
And with Dante, you mentioned that he's like under the radar now because of Boston.
Yep.
When you took the job in Miami, what about him made him like one of those guys that you want to target right away?
Man, I've watched Dante play the last 3 years. I was recruiting some of the kids that he played on with his AAU team and played against. So I got to see Dante. I told him, play more than anybody who recruited him. And I always said if I was somewhere that he would be appreciated and valued, he would be one of the first people I would recruit. And I just happened to get this job, and everything that happened at Villanova opened it up. But he is all about winning in every aspect. So we have weekly conditions. He ran a 4:56 mile, which is the fastest mile I've ever seen by anybody. And you look at him and look at his size, and he's 220 running a 4:56. It just gives you the mindset that he has, and that's really important.
Coach, speaking on Ernest, you said a big focal point for him this season was converting into more of an offensive playmaker. I think those influx of European imports you guys have got helped him to really condition himself to be good offensively with the sorts of defensive pressure he's gotten under these new European guys.
Yeah, exactly right. It's where basketball is headed. So if you're a center, you have to be somewhat ball friendly. Now, with Ernest, he's not coming off ball screens, anything like that, but just being able to catch the ball on the perimeter, dribble, handoff, hit and go screen away, just different things like that he hasn't shown will be really good because it will open up him being really good at his rim runs and getting to the rim.
Jay, can you talk about the success of the football team being ranked number 2, college game day coming? How does that help your program?
It helps everybody. It helps the university. I think a big part of it, and I said this when I got the job, a lot of people don't understand how great a place this is. Just because the last couple of years has been a lot of transition and just a lot of influx. So now with the football team, being back in the national spotlight and people seeing that there's a lake in the middle of campus and what everything looks like here, it just adds eyes, and it's good for the university, it's good for all the programs, and I know that football is the driving force, and so whenever they're good, we're good as a university, and Coach has done a great job this year, so I'm excited for him.
On Florida specifically, y'all renewed the in-state rivalry this year with your new schedule. Do you think it's beneficial for the guys to be there firsthand for the game and really experience that animosity that's come with our rivalry in Florida?
Yeah, and Florida's done such a great job these last few years that it's built in. They're coming off a national championship. They're kind of the people that everybody's hunting. And they have had success recruiting, but also with putting people in the NBA. So, for me, it was, why not? The ability to play somebody in the state that's in another Power 5 program and has been really good the last couple of years is important.
Another big note on the schedule is that you're not playing Duke in the regular season this year. Have you talked with Sean about that at all? I think more of a cooperative relationship with you guys this season.
It hasn't come up, and it was just, it made it hard, to be honest, because, you count on them being another quad 1 game, and it happened so late, we weren't able to put anybody else on the schedule to kind of make up for that game, so we had to scramble at the last minute, and so we weren't able to get another, quality opponent of a Duke level or Duke caliber, so it made it tough, really, in the long run.
Jay, how's the connection with Trey been? Extension of a head coach, point guard, and then just kind of what you're expecting and needing from him.
Yeah, it's been really good, and he was the first player that was on campus. So as soon as he was done at Michigan, he came straight here, and so we were able to start that relationship, start that bonding a lot earlier, and it's all work in progress, and we're getting there. I think the biggest thing with all the kids and everybody, staff included, is so much new that it just takes longer. And that's the thing I have to get everybody to remember in the players. And it's not going to happen right away. We're all getting to know each other. We're building towards where we want to get to. And then eventually it'll be what we need it to be.
Coach, what do you think it is about this roster that allows you to do what you want to do on the defensive end?
Yeah.
What is it about the personnel?
The size, the athleticism, and the ability to be switchable, the ability to keep teams out the paint, to limit them to one possession, being able to rebound. But also, I think the biggest thing is we have the ability to press, we have the ability to play zone, we have the ability to switch everything, we have the ability to trap. So it really gives me the ceiling to do whatever I want with them, you know what I mean? So just depending on who we playing and what I feel the game needs, being able to go to that.